y'all? Hey, I feel like it's been a minute, but I definitely needed to get back to you guys. I have been growing, and I just want to share with you some ways to show self-compassion and pat yourself on the back along the journey. You have to celebrate yourself, those small wins, how far you've come, because it is all worth it. You deserve it. So let's appreciate ourselves more, okay? Hello, beautiful people. It is me, Lynetta Shay. I feel like it has been a minute, but in the meantime, I have been working, I have been growing, I have been flourishing, and learning how to show myself self-compassion and pat myself on the back along the way, as you should too, because self-compassion and giving ourselves kudos is a part of the journey that we sometimes miss. So let's talk about it, okay? Here it goes. So a lot of times, we tend to work so hard on what it is that we're doing. We are going so hard in the paint with goals, with staying focused, with being on track, with meeting deadlines and quotas and things of that nature, that we sometimes forget to stop, pause, and say, girl, you doing a good job. Dude, you doing a good job. These are all really important things. You have to stop and say, hey, I am doing amazing. First, let's start by patting yourself on the back for how far you've come. You've set a goal and you had these steps that you needed to get through before you reach that goal. You needed to check things off the list. You needed to acquire certain things. You needed to do research. You needed to put certain things into place so that things go better smoothly in your business, in your spiritual life, in your personal life, in your family life. And you did that. You did that. But when you did it, you was just like, all right, that's done. Next. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on, pause. You gotta stop and be like, I did that right there. Okay, girl, you doing a good job. My guy, you did that. Like, you literally have to look yourself in the eye and say, that was amazing. You did that. Good job. Okay, let's keep going. But it really helps when you show yourself that gratitude and that compassion for those small steps along the way, so that when you get to the next step and you're able to cross off that next thing, you like, yes. But when you do not allow yourself that time of reflection to say, I was at start and finish is here, but I'm only here. Let's celebrate the fact that you're still not right here. You are making progress and you are doing a good job doing it. So you deserve to reward yourself, to praise yourself, to take pride in the fact that not only did you set the goal and take action, you actually completed the goal. So take it all in. The next thing is like, what healthier habits have you created? And what I mean by healthier habits is, let's say, okay, well, maybe you wanted to cleanse and detox yourself spiritually, right? So you were like, okay, I need to stop drinking. Maybe I need to stop listening to secular music or so much of it, because it gets into my spirit and it gives me unclean thoughts. Or maybe I shouldn't hang around certain people because I tend to start being passive and just following the crowd and really not listening to my higher self. But when you actually say, hey, these are not things that I want to fall subject to anymore. These are no longer the patterns that I want to create in my life. I want a healthier lifestyle. When you just make that effort to say, I am literally creating a healthier lifestyle for myself, so I have to cut out some of the toxicity or some of the things that hinder my growth spiritually, professionally, personally. They have to go. And you actually find yourself when that homegirl or your homeboy hits you up and they like, hey, let's go out for drinks, and you like, no, not tonight, I have some things that I need to do, or not tonight, I'm just gonna take a rain check, or I'm really burnt out on that lifestyle, so nah, I'm probably the friend that you want to invite to the movie or the coffee shop or dinner or the play or the concert or, the networking event. Something that is more aligned with your personal growth and the healthier lifestyle and environment that you are creating for yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back for that too. Because it's hard to say no to friends sometimes. It's sometimes hard to admit that you actually want change and that you are actually doing what it takes to make that change happen. Especially when some of the people in your life may not be for the change in their life. So they may make certain comments or even gossip or talk about you or stop calling you or hanging out with you less because you guys are just not in alignment anymore, because you're choosing to go a different way in your life than they are. And guess what? That is okay, because you have to understand, when you're pushing out the old ways, the old habits, you are literally making room for the new, beautiful, nourishing habits, the new, beautiful friends and acquaintances that will come into your life. And that doesn't mean that you can't be associated with old people or even places anymore. It's just that you learn how to do it in moderation. You also learn how to say no, and you also learn how to just completely cut things off when you know that they no longer serve you. That is growth. You deserve it. You are literally transforming and making these lifestyle changes that actually matter. So for one moment, don't you push it under the rug and make yourself feel as if this is something that I already should have been doing. I'm late. I'm not where I want to be. Listen, you are exactly where you need to be. You are exactly where God wants you to be. You have to understand that you are only going to operate, grow, and develop on the frequency and the timeline that you are ready for. So you can't want to manifest or ask God for these blessings, but your actions and your lifestyle and your environment is not aligning for the things that you're actually asking or wanting to manifest. But once you start lining yourself up for the things that you are asking for, you could say, okay, I'm doing a good job. And that release and that gratitude and that kudos, it gives you that motivation. It puts pressure and a fire up under you to say, okay, I'm going on to the next thing. Because now you are in that mindset of being so excited that you did it and you could do more. And this is actually happening. And you're so proud of yourself for making all of these amazing changes that nobody can take away from you. You've done this. You've done this in your mind. You've done this in your heart. You've done this in your spirit. You've embedded it into your conscious mind. So you're making it happen. That is amazing. Praise yourself. And again, maintaining this growth literally takes work. Careers take work, businesses take work, relationships take work, Everything takes work. There's nothing that is worth having, that is worth keeping, that is worth holding on to, that is not going to cause you to have to put in some work. And also understand that you will experience some setbacks. So don't be afraid or beat up on yourself too hard when you experience setbacks. So I am finishing up reading this book called The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, and I am really loving it. So the first agreement is like, be impeccable with your word. The second agreement is, you know what? Read the book. I'm not going to give you all of the agreements. I am not going to spill the beans. I am not going to give you the tea on the wisdom that I'm gaining with this book, but it's a good read. You should go get it. But I do want you to understand that there are some times that you will fall short. You will have setbacks. You will go back into that default setting that you were programmed for prior to you reprogramming yourself, and it is okay as long as you learn how to get back on track. Guess what? Because like, if you don't praise you, nobody else is gonna praise you. If you don't say, hey, you're doing a good job, understanding nobody else is going to say that for you. And sometimes you have to understand that this journey that you are traveling and these changes that you are making, it's for you. It's really not for the world. It's really not for everybody else. It's for you. The person that you are becoming, the person that you want to become, you are becoming her. You are becoming him. And that is so amazing. So you, just as you are doing the work, you have to say, I'm also doing a great job. I also feel short, and it's okay, baby. Let's get up and try again. Let's do it again. Maybe let's, switch up strategies or change methods, because the one that I was using obviously wasn't strong enough, or working the way that I thought it would, because I fell back into temptation, or I fell back into an old default programming setting that I used to have. But it's also going to be the way that you speak to yourself as well. And I say this in so many of my videos. The way that you speak to yourself is everything. As a man thinketh, so is he. But I wish they would have said, as a man speaketh to himself, he thinketh who he is, so he shall be. I wish, because you literally have to say, I am great, I am beautiful, I am talented, I am successful, I am rich, I am wealthy, I am a millionaire, I am a 5%er, I am a 1%er. You have to talk to yourself like this. I'm the best motivational speaker. I am the best teacher. I am the best mom. I'm the most beautiful wife. I am the greatest friend. Whatever it is. But you have to speak to yourself like this, so that into your subconscious mind, you are teaching and reprogramming yourself for who it is that you want to be, who it is that you are, who it is that you can be. And as long as you continue to put one foot in front of the other, you will continue to overcome one obstacle after the other. And this, my friend, deserves your praises. I've also learned that in this journey too, when you do have those setbacks, it is important to also stop in those moments and say, okay, there's some shadow work that I needed to do here. There is more work that I need to do here. This is an area in my life that I need to put a lot more focus on, because I have not yet mastered it. And if I can master this, I can get to that next vibrational frequency. I can get to that next level. I can obtain that goal or be one step closer to it. So do not be afraid or discouraged when you do fall short, relapse, all these backslide. Whatever it is, do not be discouraged. However, what you need to do is say, okay, how can I work on myself in this area? What can I do to be a better person? What can I do to master this? What can I do to overcome this? Work on it. Work at it. And also give yourself credit for acknowledging that you have fallen short in an area and you are going to work on it. You are putting in the effort to work on it. That deserves you saying, it is okay. It's all going to work out. We're going to do this. It's always going to be the way that you talk to yourself. I want you to understand, do not beat up on yourself in any kind of way. I spent so many years of my life, every time I made a mistake, or every time I wasn't perfect for the next person, or every time someone else found fault in me, or my job, or my art, whatever it was, I beat up on myself so bad to where I would fall into depressions, or I just would say forget it altogether, whatever it was. I don't even want to do it no more. And no, that is not the way to go. You can't let anyone else's opinion of you dictate the way that your life is supposed to go. You have to do the work. You have to forgive yourself. You have to let go of fear, of doubt, of shame, of guilt. You have to release all of those things and let them go. What you have to embrace is the beauty in your flaws, the beauty in your mistake, because you are missing that even in the mistake, you are growing. It takes so much growth, so much maturity to tell yourself, I need to work in this area of my life more. I need to work on myself here more. I need to do more shadow work here because I'm still traumatized. I'm still hurt. I'm still dealing with residual pain. That takes some courage, because sometimes we don't even want to face ourselves. So when you do face yourself, and when you do look in the mirror and see how beautiful you are, even in all of your flaws, give yourself credit for working on you. You are doing this thing. You are working this journey out. You are becoming more beautiful as the days go by. So you have to. It is a must. It is a no-brainer that you give yourself the utmost credit, because you deserve it. And if something is working for you, if something has worked for you in another area but not so much in another, okay, I think that sounds confusing. So let me rephrase. If you have worked on yourself in one area and totally mastered it, and now you're totally healed in that area or that aspect of yourself, or you've, used to be bad with time management and now you're so excellent at time management. You got your days planned out and you were doing everything right on schedule. But before, you were just all over the place. You couldn't meet deadlines or time frames or anything because you just were a mess. But you figured out how to make it work for you. Sometimes you can take some of those strategies that worked for you and apply them to something else where you tried a strategy and it didn't work so much. Sometimes it is all about revamping. Okay, this worked for time management. How can this work in my spiritual life? This worked for time management. How can this work in, my emotional life with, my emotional health and well-being? So just try like to revamp some of those strategies that actually work for you to get on track and apply them to things that you haven't quite yet mastered. Remember, it is always going to be about you realizing where you are, figuring out where it is you want to go, and how to get there. But you have to know where you are, know where you want to go, and put a plan of action into place. And if something is not working along the way, it is okay to revamp the whole plan and let's do it again. Let's figure it out because this isn't working, so we have to do something else. And guess what? The fact that you can acknowledge this isn't working and create a new plan rather than say this isn't working, so the heck with it, is amazing. So I think that in itself too deserves some kudos because you are determined to master these things, you know, these flaws, these character flaws, these emotional flaws. You want to overcome trauma and heal in certain areas. You want to learn how to, you know, reach your financial goals, to, you know, reach your career goals, to reach every goal that you set out to reach. You know, you are doing this. You are going through this transformation. You are making it happen. It is not easy. So I am here to tell you, if nobody else has told you, that I'm proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. So make sure that you are patting yourself on the back. Okay? So I hope that you have enjoyed this video as much as I have enjoyed talking to you about it. I am growing so much, and so I am loving these moments where I get to share with you the healed parts of me. If you are a subscriber of mine or just a returning viewer, thank you. I appreciate you so much. But you have watched me align myself with how to heal and the steps that I needed to take. But not only did I align myself with that, I kept going and I kept going. And I hope that you can see through each and every video, I became a better, more happy, more pleasant person. But I'm also able to give you the information that I'm learning, that I'm applying, and that I'm growing in a more fruitful manner because I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. This harvest is here for me. So I'm able to share this with you because I want you to get to this place that I am and above and beyond, because I'm still growing and I'm still going. But there was a time where I just had to plant the seeds and water them. So remember that it is okay if you are in the planting the seed stage. Because, honey, if you have not watched, I had to dig up the old ones, throw them away, put some new seeds in the ground, you know, get some new soil, fertilizer, water it, and make it grow. Like, so it is definitely a process. And I've literally did not start off enjoying it because it was painful, but now I'm in this space where like things aren't working out or these obstacles come up in my way. I'm a lot more grateful because I have learned that along the way, this is what makes me a better person. These experiences, these obstacles are nothing but opportunities for growth, and where God, the universe, and my higher self is saying you need to do work here. And when you do work here, you are definitely going to be that beautiful sunflower, that beautiful lotus flower that just grew out of the dirt, out of the mud, and turned into this beautiful, amazing thing organically. But it was because I took the time to do the work, but I also took the time to pat myself on the back along the way. We always talk about we got to do work, we got to work on ourselves, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to stay focused, we got to stay on task, we got to stay on plan. Hold on, wait a minute, pause, stop. We also have to say how great we are doing, how beautiful we are, how far we have come, how we've grown. so organically and so beautifully. That is important. It is just as equally important as you putting in the work. It is just as important as you creating that plan of action and following through. It is just as important. So make sure that you are talking to yourself nice, that you are patting yourself on the back for the small wins. I promise you that doing these things will help you reach those next goals even faster and just knock them out. Punch them right in the face. Like, I mean, TKO. Like, that's it. Like, that's what's gonna happen for you, because you're embracing this journey in a more loving manner, in a more healthy manner. So, love yourself, give yourself credit, pat yourself on the back, and know that your gratitude towards yourself, your compassion towards yourself does nothing but help to strengthen the spiritual and personal growth journey that you are on. And and if you like more detail about the spiritual practices that I actually implement and put into place, so that I am making sure that I am constantly growing and constantly healing and constantly having a love for the journey itself, please put that in the comments below so I can make more videos and know that this content is helping you, that it is fulfilling you along your journey as well. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. I am your girl, Lynetta Shay, and this is A Beautified from the Inside Out. I hope you have enjoyed. I will see you guys on the next video, and as always, be blessed. Peace.